Yo, what is good, everybody? S Crypto 101 coming at you with another video today, and I am hyped today. I am. We're going to be talking about something new today. We're going to be talking about Pulse Drip. Now, for everybody starts, throwing their spears, throwing their comments, stuff like that. I honestly think this is a really good opportunity, and I'm very, very optimistic about it. And when it comes to drip, we're still doing everything that we've been doing on the drip side, but now here is something else that we can do as well on the Pulse side, especially if you're bullish on Pulse and if you're bullish on drip. I think this is a perfect combination, and I'm going to tell you why I am bullish on this protocol, because there are some changes that have been made to how drip ran, and this is a completely different contract. This is built out differently. There's a lot of changes that have been made just based on some of the feedback, some of the things that we've seen within the drip community, that this can really be something special. So I'm going to talk about in today's video, address some of those major changes that make it super bullish for me, and why I think it has a lot of potential as a protocol over on the Pulse chain. So make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell button so you're notified as soon as these videos are released, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So what we're going to do is just really look at the white paper here, and I'm going to break down the specifics of why I'm bullish on Pulse Drip and why I have invested in this myself. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to join this. I'm not telling you to look at anything. I am just putting out there what I'm getting into, because some people want to know, as an influencer, what are some of the things that I'm looking at and how am I building my bag and then getting that passive income on a daily basis. So let's look at it here. There was a pre-sale that has already happened. So that was last week. So the launch for this is going to be on Monday. So that is going to be, let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14th. So it's going to be on the 14th. So that's when the public launch is going to be. And then everything kicks off at this point. So P-Drip, there's going to be a very similar Faucet contract that we have all known to come and love. But there are known to come and love. Yeah, said that right. So there's a couple of differences here that we're going to go over, just so you understand the differences. And this might make it more bullish for you. It makes it more bullish for me because I think these are great changes, but we'll talk about it. So 5,000 Faucet accounts are up for grabs, and you can open one up by depositing 10 P-Drip tokens at the start. It's paying out 1% every single day for 365 days of P-Drip tokens dripping out of that faucet every single day. So we already know about that. We've already played that game, but there's only 5,000 Faucet accounts up for grab. So there is a limited amount of Faucet accounts that you can have based on them setting it at 5,000. So that means that people can't come in here, make thousands of accounts. Once it hits 5,000, then that's it. Now, the developers have the ability to extend it out to, hey, okay, once we hit 5,000, there's a lot of demand for more. So let's open up an additional 1,000, right? And I think that's really good because we already know how it happened, with drip. I think there's 160,000 something accounts at this point. And that's what happened, right? A lot of people got in, they made 10 wallets from the beginning. People started maxing out, abusing the referral system, all this and this and that, right? So I think it's really cool that there's only 5,000, and that can be changed later in based on the demand. So only 5,000 Faucet accounts up for grab. So once you open up and stake your P-Drip tokens, they're locked for good. We already know about that. And then you'll churn out 1% returns daily. Each faucet can generate up to 36,500 P-Drip tokens before it runs dry. So that means that the max payout for this is 36.5K. So this is different than the 100,000 that you could get from drip. So once you hit 36.5, then it's it. That faucet is running dry. The water's been turned off. You ain't paid you paid the bills most likely, but the water bill has been disconnected, right? 36.5, that's all you get. If you want to boost your daily returns, you can compound your earnings or add up to 10K P-Drip. Obviously, if you add up to 10K, then that gets you at 36.5K based on the 365% returns. So the max that you can have is 10K in the deposits, because that gets you at 36.5K in terms of your max payout. All right. So if you want more faucets, there's not a limit of how many you can, as long as you do not hit that 5,000 mark. So that's definitely important. And as it says here, once that FOMO kicks in, once we've hit that 5,000, then hey, if there's more that need to be opened up, then hey, open up the floodgates. But I think this is going to be an amazing opportunity with that. The garden as well, this is where you actually can stake Pulse and earn up to 300% as well. So this is really cool. So it's pretty much you stake Pulse, you get Pulse. There's referrals and stuff in here as well, but you kind of read through that. This is something that's definitely bullish, and there's a buyback system in here with 3% for P drip. So that's pretty cool because there's a buyback mechanism built into the garden aspect of the Pulse garden. So I really won't hit on that a lot because it's definitely bullish, but there's some other bullish things I want to talk about. So there is going to be the referral system that we all know about. So the cool thing about this one is you can actually change your buddy address, right? I know a lot of people got on deadbeat teams, people who don't do airdrops, whatever it might be, somebody who changes their agenda, ends up hating it, you know, whatever it is, right? There's always a reason. But you can pay 400K Pulse and then you can actually switch your teams. So if for whatever reason you want to switch your team, you have the ability to do that over here in Pulse Drip. Also, there is not a round robin referral system, right? And that was something that was exploited a little bit in some of the drip community things that we saw. So this is 1 tier level rewards. So if someone signs up underneath you, you get referral rewards from them, but not the 30 people that go underneath them. And that's what we saw. A lot of people were manipulating that system to make it to where they had wallets that were just built underneath each other. And at some point, every time somebody compounded, they had wallets that were built underneath. So it was going to their wallets every single time an action was performed in the system. So this is a way that that is prevented because there's only 1 tier rewards, and whoever gets underneath you, you receive referral rewards from them, but not from the people that get underneath them. So another thing that's just built in there to help out with some of the sustainability of the ecosystem. Some anti-whale mechanics. This is super bullish too. And before I even get into that, I've already talked about a lot of things that are bullish, but another thing you have to think about, this is on PulseChain. PulseChain just got fudded the hell out of from the SEC because of the stuff that was going on with Richard Hart, and the price of it went down. And it hasn't really pumped up as much as everybody thought it would. Now, think about it. Think about getting into drip and BNB was like $2, right? That's somewhat like 100x plus from where it's at now. Think about getting into drip at $2 value of BNB and it does 100x. Think about how monumental the gains would be if you were in drip and BNB was only $2 and then it took off and went up to 200. Just think about that, right? The gains would be massive. So this is what we're working with over here too. And this is another reason that I'm bullish, is because we're on PulseChain, a new chain that hasn't really seen its peak in terms of potential. And we know that there's a lot of things being built on the PulseChain. And we know based on some of the things we've seen from Richard Hart, what he did with Hex, Pulse X is still around, still doing its thing. PulseChain is here. And I just think the next bull run, right? If you've built your bag in Pulse Drip and we see a major price movement, a 10x, 50x, 100x, whatever you think it might be for PulseChain, especially if you're bullish on it, think about what that'll do for your P drip faucet. Just think about that. And that's another big reason. I'm like, okay, I'm not only banking on the potential of a proven system with, you know, the faucet and the 1% every single day. We're also banking on the bullishness of PulseChain and its potential for the next bull run. So just think about that. That's why this is a massive opportunity. So some of the other things that are really bullish about this, there's a 7-day reward accumulation cutoff to prevent inactive wallets from accruing those rewards. So that means if there's a wallet that hasn't performed any kind of action, whether that's a claim or a compound in 7 days, then it's going to stop accumulating rewards. It's not just going to sit there and keep on generating that 1%, because for whatever reason, this person is not claiming it and this person's not compounding it. So they're going to cut it off. They're going to turn the faucet off. Like I said, they cut that water service off for you after 7 days if you have not done anything and you're inactive in the system. So this is good because it's not sitting there just accruing rewards, and it causes people to be active in the system and in the community. Bullish. If at any time the maximum payout is reached, tokens cannot be added anymore. When someone makes a claim and withdraws tokens, the locked amount decreases by that withdrawn amount. So that just means that if you had a max account and then you withdraw tokens, you claim and you sell, it's actually going to decrease your deposits so that you're not getting that same percentage, or you're getting the same percentage, but from a different amount of money, because you're taking that amount that you claimed out of the deposits at that point. So these are just some safeguards to help maintain the project's health while still allowing community support and growth for newer members. So like I said, there's a lot of things here. I'm definitely going to be building out a team for this. I've invested in myself. I got into the pre-sale thanks to some people in the community, because I was really just inquiring about it. And you know, they're over in the chats, they're on the voice chats like every single day. Every time I go in there, the VC is open and people are talking about all kinds of things, and it really just looks like a good start to a good community. So hopefully this is one that turns out for us. I think there's a lot of potential here. If they do this thing right, and it seems like they're doing everything right so far, and we see some price appreciation with PulseChain as well, I think this is going to be one of those things that people are like, yeah, I made a lot of money off of this. So hey, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to take that gamble because it's crypto, and we have to continue to build our bags regardless of what's happening in other communities and other projects. You got to have you got to have some different protocols on your tool belt so that you're good to go no matter what the job is, right? So I really wanted to talk about it, the reasons I think it's bullish, the reasons I'm going to invest in. I'm going to build my faucet, and of course I'm going to build a team. So stay tuned to that. I'll most likely do a video close to launch date, probably on launch date, with my team information if anybody wants to join underneath me. Of course, we're going to have the airdrops rolling out and do a lot of kind of giveaways, things that we've already done with different protocols. You already know how we do as bag builders, because not only am I interested in building my bag, I'm also interested in building your bag. So with that, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell button so you're notified as soon as these videos come out. As always, continue to support the social medias we have. We have X, which sounds crazy to say. We have TikTok, Telegram, Instagram, all of those as Crypto 101. You can check those out by clicking the socials link in the description below. And as always, we're going to continue to let these devs dev these things out, and we're going to focus on what we do best, and that is building the bag.